Okay, so like I told you, every question on this review will be on your test tomorrow. Almost word for word, different numbers. Make sense? So number 1 says Lily completely covered a square table. So here's my square table. If you wanted to draw this on number 1, you could. With an area of 36.4. Which measurement is closest to the side length? What did I tell you guys to do? Take this number and do what to it? Square root it. Again, this is exactly what you're going to do tomorrow on number 1. So I am in mode float 2, because I told y'all you can be in mode float 2 for everything except mean absolute deviation, right? Maybe scientific notation. You don't want to be in it. All right. So the square root of 36.4 is $6.03. So which one is the closest? A. Check your work. Make sure you got it correct. Everybody should have 100 when they submit today. All right, number 2 is the one most of you were struggling on, so we really want to pay attention. This exact picture is going to be on your test tomorrow, except I think maybe whole will be missing. So it might be just a little different, but the concept is the same. All right, does everybody have their cheat sheet in front of them? Let's go over what we learned about this chart. Here's my cheat sheet. Do y'all remember when I taught this to you, I pretended like the big category was animals? Yes, and we had dogs on one side and cats on the other. And we said all dogs are animals. Remember, that was the big picture? But we said all animals are not dogs. Make sense? And then we had dogs over here and cats over here, and we said, could they ever mix like that? No. And then we said, if dogs are right here, these are called subcategories. And so you could have big dogs in there, but if they're a big dog, they're still a, right? So the way you read this chart is, if it's in a whole number, it's also an integer because it's within that category. So a big dog is still a, come on guys, dog. So a whole number is still in, a whole number is also rational. A whole number is also, so do y'all see how to read this? Yes or no? Do y'all remember when we went over that chart? Okay, so this picture says, they're wanting you to look at P. And they're saying, what kind of number is P? Well, P is a what? And if it's an integer, what is it also? And if it's an integer, it's also, but it might, probably is not whole. Do y'all see that? So we're picking the answer that interprets this correctly. So A says any number that's P is a whole number. So is this going to be a whole number? No, because it's not in that subcategory. So A is not the answer.
So everybody did, most of them did get the right answer.
Okay. So B says any number in P is rational. That's true. But not an integer. But it is an integer because it's there. Are we good? Any number in P is irrational. Not at all. And D says any number in P is an integer. So is P an integer? Yes. But not whole. Is that true? Yes, P is an integer, but it's not whole because that's not a subcategory. Are we good? Do you have any questions on that? So remember that the smaller it gets, the more specific. So if it's here, it's all of them. If it's here, it's only these 3. If it's here, it's only those 2. Okay? Number 3, what did I expect you to write on your paper? Okay, what else would I expect you? The numbers. You should have written those numbers on your paper. So I'm going to show y'all exactly what I would expect. I would expect to see this. So if you didn't do it, you better go do it now. This is what I would expect to see. Now, I have seen some people make a little chart like this, and that might help you get organized. But I need to change these numbers to what? Decimals. So what'd y'all get here? I owe 33 cents. I have 60 cents. How do we change a percent to a decimal? Put it over 100. I have 63 cents, and I owe. Do I need to do anything to this one? No. It's already a decimal, and it already looks like money. So I owe 35 cents. It says they want me to order this from, now don't mess up. I'm going to make a number line because that's one way I know I can get it correct. So here's 0, here's 1, here's 2. What's over here? -1 and -2. All right, where would I owe 33 cents go? There's I owe 50 cents, right? So 33 cents, maybe like right in here, -1/3. Where would I have 60 cents? Here's 50 cents. 60 cents like maybe right next to it. So 3/5. Where would I have 63 cents? Closer to 0 from here. Or is it a little bit more than 60? So maybe right in here. So that's going to be 63%. Okay, and where would I owe 35 cents? Would I owe more than 33 or less than 33? I owe more, so it's going to be further away from 0. I owe more. So that is -0.35. They are now in order for you. This way is least to greatest. This way is what? Greatest to least. So there's my answer right here. 63% should come first. Well, what do you know? There's only one answer with 63% first, and that is the greatest value. So D was the answer. Okay, number 4. This said the square root of 16. It just didn't print good, right? Okay. What do I have to do to show my work on this one? I would probably go ahead and write this down, the square root of 16 over 4 and pi square root of 3. And I would change these to what? All right, guys, this is exactly how number 4 is going to look on the test tomorrow, just 2 different numbers. Okay, so I go here. This is a fraction. Alpha y equals option 1, the square root of 16 on top, 4 on bottom. How much money do I have? I have $1. Now I go put in pi square root 3, and you put it in exactly how you see it. Here's pi right here. Second pi, and then square root 3. See how I put it in exactly how I see it? How much money do I have? $5 and... The question says, which value is not between these numbers? So I'm looking for the one that would not fit between them. So what do I need to change all of these numbers to? All right, the square root of 16 is $4. Would $4 fit between them? So that is between, and I'm looking for the one that is not. So 23/5. I don't know it. How much money? Oh, math, decimal. Enter. How much money? Does that fit between them? Yes. 2 pi.
No.
2, and then I got to push my pi button. $6.28. Would that fit between them? No. So there's my answer. Do I even need to go do that one? I can to make sure I got it right. So 14 on top, pi on bottom, $4.46, that does fit between. So my answer is correct. Questions? Everybody fixed it if they missed it? Number 5. What am I going to change all of these to?
Decimal.
Is this already a decimal?
Yes.
But does it look like money? No. So I'm just going to type it in so that my calculator can make it look like money for me. that is worth 30 cents. So you should have written these numbers down so that you could change them to decimals. How do I change a percent to a decimal? 53 over 100 is 53 cents. 4/5, 80 cents. 2/3, 67 cents. This is now a third grade question. They want me to order them from least means the lowest. There's no negatives. So this is third grade. Which one of these is worth the least amount of money? Come on, guys. 30 cents. So 0.3 has to come first, so C and D are out. So I got this one. Which one's next for the least? 53. They both have that. Okay, so which one's next? 80 cents or 67? So 2/3 needs to be next in line, which is B. Fix your answer if you missed it. Guys, that is a third grade question. Do not miss it. Does everybody understand? Okay, number 6. Anytime it says scientific, first of all, I got to go to my mode and put it in what? Should I be in rounding? Probably not. So mode, SCI, and get out of float 2. All I have to do is type that number in. Do I type commas? No. 4951000. Enter. There's my answer. 4 decimal 951 with an exponent of 6. So the answer was F. Yes? Same thing on number 7. My calculator is already in mode SCI, so I simply type this in. 0.001429. There's my answer. 1, then decimal, 429, times 10 with an exponent of -3. So what's the answer? C. I believe there's 4 scientific questions tomorrow. Y'all better get all those right. Look at this one. Here's a shortcut, guys. Could I leave my calculator in SCI mode and just put the answer choices in and see which one gives me that? Yes. Yeah, that's so much easier. So I'm just going to try choice A. I'm already in mode SCI. I'm going to put in 227, 943, 820, and did it give me that answer? Yep, so the answer is A. Use your answer choices and just keep your calculator in SCI mode. That way you don't have to go. Remember that if you do it the other way, you'll probably have to count and move the decimal 8 places to the right, right? But just use your answer choices. This one's not on the test tomorrow. Okay, I put it here because I ran out of extra questions, but let's just go over it. Check all that are true. Are all numbers in 8th grade real?
Yes.
Yes. Are all real numbers irrational?
No.
No, absolutely not. Y'all don't have to show your work, but just check it off on your screen. It's fine. Are all integers whole numbers? No, if you use your little cheat sheet, are all integers whole? No, because some of them are not. Are all whole numbers integers?
Yes.
Let's look at our cheat sheet. Is whole inside of integers? Yes. Are all irrational numbers real? Yes, because all numbers are. Are all rational numbers irrational?
No.
That's like saying dogs are cats. No, you cannot be both at the same time. So you should have checked the first one, the 4th one, and the 5th one. Are we good? Make sure you check those 3 only. Last question. Mean absolute deviation. Where are you going to look tomorrow if you forgot the steps on your cheat sheet. What is step 1? Find the, and if y'all want on your cheat sheet, put add, then divide. That way you don't forget. So I have to add these numbers. Should I be in scientific mode? No. Should I be in float? No. So I do 100 plus 96 plus 75 plus 55 plus 88 plus 93. I get 507. Is that the average?
No.
No, I have to divide by how many numbers are there. So how many numbers are there?
6.
So I divide by 6. I get 84.5. Will that be an answer choice?
Yes.
Do you pick it?
No.
No. You know right away that's not the answer. Step 2. What's it say to do? Subtract to make a new list. So I'm going to take this number and subtract it from those. 84.5 minus 100. Do I write negatives? No, 15.5. I mark it off. You should have written these on your paper. 84.5 minus 96. 84.5 minus 75. 84.5 minus 55. 84.5 minus 88. Look at the work I'm showing. 84.5 minus 93. Now that I have my new list, what does step 3 say to do? Average those. So if you want to write it on your cheat sheet, add, then divide. You do step 1 all over again with your new numbers. Add, then divide. So I add these up. 15.5 plus 11.5 plus 9.5 plus 29.5 plus 3.5 plus 8.5. I got 78. Will that be an answer?
Yes.
Do not pick it because you still have to divide by how many numbers are there. And my answer was 13. Okay, you need to make sure you have marked every answer that I've given you and hit submit. You should get a free 100 for this. What will you not want to lose? Your cheat sheet. I'm not going to give you a new one tomorrow. So put it in your backpack. Don't lose it. Tomorrow, if you kept it, you get to use it on your test. When you're finished, this can go in. Actually, you can keep the review to study. Okay, you can keep this review. Put your Chromebooks up where they belong.